Gather round, Kaiju Pack, for some more Sigma soul sustenance. It's your boy, Kaiju Kong. And this is my take on why girls go for the quote-unquote bad boys and leave the good guys out in the cold, bitter abyss that is the friend zone. What I'm gonna give you is based on first-hand experiences, and though I'm only 25 years young, as Indiana Jones said in the Raiders of the Lost Ark, it's not the years, honey, it's the mileage. I've lived in 5 different countries, been to 8 different schools, speak 4 languages, athletics since primary school, and competed internationally. Now living and working by myself in a foreign country, basically living a solid Sigma male life. So you can imagine, I've had my fair share of interaction with women. Looking back from both successes and failures, I found 6 main reasons why girls tend to select the bad boy over the good guy. Number 1. Bad boys give her that emotional rush she craves. If males are largely logical creatures, females on the other hand are emotional. They can be giddy and happy one minute, and then find something to be pissed off about in the next. Like the weather, they are unpredictable, so don't even bother trying. What you can control though, is how you interact with her. If you can influence her emotions, you can influence her to like you. And that is how the bad boy gets her, although he may not consciously know he is doing so. In relationships, a girl needs to at least some sort of a challenge. Deep down, she likes the excitement of living out the romantic fantasy stories she read and watched as a child. I'm sure you'll agree that a storybook can't be 2 pages long. Yet that is what majority of good guys are offering her. A 2-page long damn storybook. She reads the story, and before she has even finished the first page, the prince and princess fall in love and live happily ever after. There isn't even anything written on the second page. Just a nice picture of the main characters riding off into the distant sunset. It's just like sending a large bouquet of flowers, or confessing your love to a girl you're infatuated with but barely even know. It was too easy on her part, and she didn't even have to prove anything. The good guy cares too much about her from the get-go. What do you suppose she is thinking? See what I mean? It's not even a book. In fact, you're basically giving her a flyer. Flyers are handed out, they are free, and to us they don't even have any value. And what happens to 95% of the flyers? They get thrown out into the trash or left to drift around on the sidewalk. In the end, both the flyers and the good guys are taken for granted, or used in emergency situations as toilet paper to clean up shit. The bad boy, on the other hand, is either 1, trying to go out with multiple women at the same time, or 2, lives a busy lifestyle and is on his life purpose, and thus can't possibly focus his time on one particular girl. He may hit her up once and then only get back to her in 2 days or maybe even never. But when they do hang out, she gets the rush out of experiencing the excitement of doing what bad boys do. That rush of adrenaline. At the end of the day, the bad boy does not generally show too high of an interest in her, because she is not his main priority in life, and this keeps her on her toes. I hate to generalize women this way, but every woman appreciates drama to varying degrees. They enjoy the ups and downs of the emotional roller coaster. Most women won't admit this, but they don't want to be 100% certain about a man's feelings for her, which is why they like mysterious men. Looking back, the women that displayed the highest levels of attraction to me were those I never openly expressed my feelings to, either because I was still too shy at the time, or did not really like them, but was willing to play along. And a side note at this point is I'm already assuming you at least made your move and talked to her in a manly, decent way, and that interaction went well. Otherwise, it's a lost cause. You need to work on your confidence and social skills before you even think of attracting a woman. So back to the point I was making. Every now and then, she needs to wonder if you like her or not, because the more time you are on her mind, the more you are that special sauce marinating her thoughts, the more she grows to like you. If she knows you like her and there is no way you will be able to leave her, then forget it. I can guarantee you that the man on her mind right now is not you. To make this metaphorically simple, a girl is like your shadow, and when you run towards your shadow, it runs from you. But when you walk away from it, your shadow follows. It's a crude example, but that's as simple as it gets. The more you pursue without her reciprocating, the more she loses interest. Don't ask me why, It just is what it is. Now there is this technique in the manosphere called the push-pull method, where you alternate showing interest and showing indifference towards her, ultimately sending her mixed signals, which is said to influence her to like you because you created uncertainty. And since women don't like unfinished stories, especially if it is one they believe they can write themselves living happily ever after, they will chase. Of course you can use this technique if you want a quick fix solution, but I always look to the root of the problem, because if you've got a great foundation, an improved mindset and lifestyle, all these tricks and gimmicks will come naturally. I'll make a video on how to build this foundation in a future video. The second reason why girls tend to select the bad boy over the good guy is because, frankly, that girl was actually never good to begin with. And the way the world is heading at the moment, the number of good quality women is only going to decrease. I know, it's cold hard fact, man. You gotta destroy that misconception that since they look like angels on the outside, means they are pure on the inside. That is far from the truth. Many of the women that pick the bad boys enjoy that bad vibe because that is what she is deep down. They might have daddy issues or a childhood experience that makes her feel that a lowly bad boy is all she deserves. Now, don't be a fool white knight thinking it is your job to fix and save her. Again, refer to the first point. If you do so, you're giving her that flyer we talked about. She isn't stupid, she sees what you're doing, and in the extreme case, you're putting yourself in the spot to be abused and drained emotionally, financially, and maybe even physically by her. The juice isn't worth the squeeze, brother. Move on. Of all the fish in the ocean, you got yourself hooked to a pufferfish. You know, that yellow fish that seems all harmless and sexy from the distance, but as soon as you come close or touch it, it puffs up, gets fat, ugly, and is covered in spikes. Yikes. Good luck with that, bro. Now, of course, she could have chosen the bad boy because of any of the other 5 reasons, but all BS aside, how much do you really know her? Her family background will tell you a lot. How she treats others, children, elderly, someone in need, service at a restaurant is another thing you should look at. And generally the choices she's made in life, like how does her lifestyle look? Does she smoke? Does she have tattoos or piercings? And what are the stories behind them? What do her past relationships look like? Though, never directly ask her this. It must come unsolicited from her, or you come to know it through others. In most cases, ignorance is bliss, and you may just feel worse after you know the answer. Trust me. From what I've seen, the real good quality women don't chase or don't stay along with a bad boy. So the women who do stay with the bad boys aren't very good themselves. They aren't worth your time, man. Move on. Find someone else, or find something to work on or improve on to keep yourself busy. Now, reason number 3. Women do like the good guys, but put them off for the future as quote-unquote marriage material, while having fun with the bad boys in the present. It is common nowadays because of sexual liberation that women are more promiscuous and sexually active than ever before in human history. They will not think about settling down for marriage until after they feel their value in the dating marketplace has gone down due to their age. During their prime, a woman is more open to trying the field or trying out the entire buffet, so to speak. In their teens to early 20s, most of these girls don't even know what they want in a man and naturally end up with whoever makes them feel excited the most. Again, referring to my first point on influencing emotions. Usually it tends to be the bad boy who gets into all sorts of trouble that captivates these girls, because even if his lifestyle pisses her off, at least she feels something toward him compared to the non-existent vanilla feelings she has towards a good guy who seems to have everything in order. What I've noticed with plenty of young women in their prime is that, unfortunate as it sounds, they are just looking for short-term relationships, aka in it for the sex. So naturally they fool around with the bad boy who shamelessly gives them what they want, because they know that there are no strings attached and the bad boy does not judge them as their feelings and intentions are mutual. Now there is a possibility that these girls pair bond and end up falling head over heels for the bad boy after sexual intercourse, which is why you see them out with him. Try this. Ask a woman who she would have sex with, and then ask her who she would marry. Very rarely will it be the same guy. One guy is the lover, and the other the husband. Thing is, good guys exhibit traits of the husband. Look at it this way. Picture a white wall. That white wall is your perfect good guy. Now picture a wall all covered in graffiti. Now this is your bad boy. Ask a girl which of these she would rather spend the day looking at. For sure she would say the wall covered in graffiti. Now ask her which of these she would rather cover the walls in her house. Naturally most would say the white wall. Same thing in life, man. Women want to spend time with bad boys because he intrigues them. He's more interesting, especially early on in life, but would choose the good guy later on when considering to settle down and have a family. It is what it is, so there is a chance the good guy may still win in the end, but ending up with a woman who previously has had multiple sexual partners is kind of a bad deal. Those are just my 2 cents, guys. It's all up to you. Now, reason number 4. You need to grow a bigger pair of balls and man up. The woman chooses the bad boy over the good guy because the good guy displays weakness and is generally less masculine. Many good guys exhibit nice guy traits, and nice guys often devalue themselves through their weak, needy behavior, such as text messaging all the time, being too available, not having a life except for her, etc., as if he were walking on eggshells. And the sad thing is that, on the other extreme end, when he does manage to go out with her, he doesn't take the lead, and when the opportunity presents itself wide and open, his balls shrivel up, and he never makes it move. On one side, she may feel you just want to be friends, because that is the role you have played to this point. Or 2, she very well knows your intentions, but disregards you as a partner because you aren't confident enough to go after what you want. She may not openly be able to explain it in words, but subconsciously, women are wired to seek security in order to relax in their feminine state. Confidence, among other traits, make her feel secure. Secure because she knows exactly what the man wants from her. Secure because his confident approach takes away all the pressure on her part, and since confidence is contagious, it may even make her feel more confident in her own skin. Confidence is being upfront about what he wants is what a bad boy possesses. Real confidence comes from overcoming challenges, and good quality women recognize the long-term potential of a confident man. Confidence means you stand up for yourself and those under your care, and it means you go after what you want. In general, confidence is a great indicator of future success in life. Building confidence can start with getting in better shape. You act different once you know you look better and can perform better. The healthier you are, the more energy you have to chase your career goals and aspirations. Once you attain those goals, your confidence soars even higher. All you gotta do is keep leveling up, which is why it is important to be pursuing a goal in life or focusing on self-improvement and not make women a priority. Patience pays. Just focus on your grind, get better every day, and your interactions with women will naturally improve as a result. It's that simple. This is true masculine energy. Knowing where to go and acting to get there. Being relentless despite the obstacles in his way. Instead of waiting for things to happen, you make things happen. If you feel that this may be your issue, do yourself a favor. Use that willpower to forget about women for the time being and decide to build yourself up physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, socially, and financially. Next, reason number 5. That guy you label as the bad boy isn't actually the bad guy you think he is. Surprising. You just think he's an asshole because he managed to get the girl you couldn't. Weak-minded males tend to sour grape and blame everyone else when they don't get what they want. Going ahead and calling the girl he lost a bitch or a slut, or the guy who got her an asshole. It's true that the guy who got your girl may give off a bad boy vibe through the way he dresses, the way he walks and talks, and generally his overall energy and aura. But he may be a really great guy when you get to know him. Funny I'm saying this because many if not most Sigma males give off this bad boy vibe to a certain degree. We are mysterious, aloof, nonconformist, and thus tend to rebel against the status quo. And although we don't actively seek out women on a daily basis, the women tend to come at us anyway. From this point of view, a good guy might wonder why the hell this girl Tiffany, after all these weeks of pursuing her and buying her gifts, ends up running after a guy like me who doesn't put up as much effort into her. At first impression, others will label us as the bad boys, but we are much more than that. Yes, we can display bad boy traits at times or even majority of the time, but it is just a subset of our bigger personality. Much the same, you cannot judge a book by its cover. And there are plenty of great guys who are together with beautiful women, but are either viewed as bad boys or are discounted as an exceptional rarity. So don't lose hope, brother. A powerful man gets plenty of women, and he is neither your run-of-the-mill bad boy nor good guy. And this leads me to my last point, but definitely not the least. You just have to accept that more often than not, you are just not that girl's preference. Perhaps the bad boy who stole your girl's heart is another Sigma male who she sees as more valuable than you. I want to put emphasis on the she sees part because value is entirely subjective. Even if you're athletic, have a decent income, good looking, and got it pretty much secured in life, if the girl somehow values musical talent over anything because that's what she grew up with, then she will pick a skinny, decent looking guy who plays in several bars a week only to get by, but has dreams of making it big in the future. Just like ice cream, we all have our flavor preference. I personally prefer caramel or cookies and cream, and I don't care if a shop has chocolate ice cream made with the cocoa beans from the Garden of Eden, picked and processed with love by a virgin with wavy blonde hair. I'm still gonna go with plain old caramel or cookies and cream if it's available. You have to acknowledge that even if you are the highest caliber and dominate in your field, the select, so to speak, you may lack just that one trait or thing that a girl happens to value. Now don't go changing yourself just for a woman if it goes against who you are and your goals. You're better than that. Hold your chin up, accept it as it is, and move on, Kaiju. And that's how it is. After all these reasons, the only option is to maximize the time you have and work on yourself and your legacy. One of the best benefits of being Sigma male is that we do not need women, and this makes it easier to focus on the grind. So keep this in mind, Kaiju Pack. Goals over girls. Say it with me. Goals over girls. Goals over girls. And the girls will come. First-hand experience. Patience pays, gentlemen. If you aim to grow to your full potential as a Sigma male, then subscribe and hit the notifications button to stay connected as a member of the Kaiju Pack. More videos are on their way. Also, don't forget to leave a like and comment to help this channel grow and help many more men out there. Lastly, if you'd like to see how I live my life as a manifesting kaiju, then follow me on Instagram at RockyPerez with 2 Z's and check out my daily IG stories for some inspiration. And with that, this gathering is concluded. Take care, brothers.